Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. I just wanted to start by telling a story of really showing what it means to live with bipolar disorder. Um, Last night, I went to a movie with my brother, and sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to say this right. I was struggling to just try and sit there and just enjoy this movie because I've been happy and I've been really good. But what that means is that means I'm close to up here. I'm like up here, and it's if I go up here, that's when the delusions and the delusions of grandeur and stuff start happening. So, which was kind of what was happening last night. Like one of the things when I was off my rocker, I was thinking that everything, like every TV show, like every word that was coming out of the TV, it was as if it was written like just for me to hear. I was, believing that I was certain characters. I already told you how I believed I was Jesus. I believed I was the secret president, or that vampires were real and stuff. And so it was similar to that. I was thinking that the characters, again, were like some. And really all it was is I was just able to relate to them. I was able to relate to the characters, and yet, since I'm up here and my mind's going, that's when the delusions of grandeur start. So first I relate to the character, then because of the whole I think they're writing this just for me, then I start almost tricking myself into believing that I am that person, or that I'm supposed to be that person, or something like that. Um, since we're talking about movies, quick side note: I've recently wanted to become an actor because of this, because I think being bipolar really helps all the. Because if you actually look up online, there are actually several of the great actors. They suffer some type of mental illness, and I think it's because they're able to channel it into their work, and I think it helps them. And so, anyways, I'll get into that in another vlog. But so, I had to keep grounding myself. Like it's an everyday struggle, you know. Um, I will get to a point where I can just be happy and be free, but you need to understand that, especially when people first find out, it is a daily struggle. You can't just allow yourself to be happy, at least not yet, because then you start getting the delusions, and you can't allow yourself to be too sad for very long, because that's when you start getting suicidal and thoughts of harming yourself and others, or you just want to lay around in bed all day and do nothing. But so I've been happy, which is a good step in the right direction, but it's still, bipolar is up and down, and so everything you do, whether you're up or whether you're down, it's a double-edged sword, double-edged sword. Um, and after the fact, I kept telling my brother, thanks for inviting me out, because he's the one that invited me to the movie, and I was trying to talk with him about it, and he was like, I was irritating him. And maybe that's just because that's partly of who he is, and I don't blame him for that. But that's a real struggle too. Having to figure out how to talk to people again, because this disorder really does turn your life upside down, and you gotta fight to make it right side up again. And I just wanted my brother to know how happy I was to just be hanging out with him, and he acknowledged it. It wasn't that he was being rude. It was just too much for him, and I told him, okay, I'll try and tone it down. But what I don't think he understands, sorry bro, I'm not trying to call you out or nothing, is it is a daily mental battle in my head to figure out what's right, what's wrong, whether it's with myself or with other people, you know. And so, the best way, what you guys can do, um, if you don't, even if you don't know someone's bipolar, or if you do know that someone's bipolar, talk to them. You know, don't be afraid to speak your mind. And that's one thing I had to learn too. Because if I had been scared to talk to my brother like that, I wouldn't have learned that, you know, the kindness, at least the degree of it, was too much for him. Crap, what was I saying? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I totally forgot what I was saying. That's another thing. You lose focus a lot. And, oh yeah, talk to people. Because if I didn't talk to him, then I wouldn't have known that it was too much for him. Like, he wasn't trying to be rude, it's just who he is. And so I don't blame him for that. And I'm trying to tell him who I am. And I know he's not going to blame me for that. So, I love you, bro. I love my family. Just want to throw that in there. So, yeah, just when you go out today, try and do something nice for somebody, because you don't always know what they're going through, and you don't know if they're suffering from a disease. You don't know them. So, you know, just be kind. Just say one nice thing to somebody, or ask one person how their day's going, or thank one person for doing their job. Like when I was in the facility, you know, all the patients were rude because they were just, you know, they were all irritated naturally and just wanted to get home. But it's like, hey man, these guys went to school specifically to come to work to help you. And so like when I was like my last couple days there, I was going around thanking everybody, and it made them, like, you could see how the whole room just was better. The atmosphere was better, you know, because if one, and I'm just one person, all right? If one person can make an entire facility feel better, I guess, like, I know it's not just me, that's part of the, see what I mean? That's part of the grandeur. You know, I'm up here, so I'm starting, oh, it was all just me, you know, I did it, I made everyone happy. Which isn't necessarily a bad thought, but, you know, so, if one person can do that for an entire room, like, you have no idea how much, if everyone started doing that, it could change the world for the better. And just talking is just the number one way to do that. Just don't be afraid to talk, you know? So, I want to end this video on that note. You know, just try and do one good deed today, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else. I would prefer that it's for somebody else, so that way we can start paying things forward like that movie, and just have a better life for everyone. So, you know, don't forget my motto.